Have you ever realized that the greatest barrier between a man and his potential isn't the mountain itself, but the excuses he uses to justify standing still? In the eyes of the Stoics, a man's worth is measured by his character, and his character is forged by his words. Today, we reveal 7 different phrases that a weak man uses to hide from his destiny. In the ancient wisdom, you need to replace them. The first phrase a weak man uses is, "It's easy for him." When a man sees someone else's success, their discipline, their wealth, or their peace of mind, he often dismisses it by saying it was easy for them. He assumes they had a head start, better luck, or fewer problems. By doing this, he protects his own ego from the painful truth that the other man simply worked harder and sacrificed more. The Stoics tell us to look inward, not sideways. Epictetus taught that we should never be envious of another man's external advantages, because they have no bearing on our own virtue. Imagine 2 men starting a business. One succeeds, the other fails. The one who fails says, "It was easy for him. His father gave him a loan." He uses this as a reason to stop trying. But the Stoic man knows that even with a loan, the work must be done. Instead of saying, "It's easy for him," the strong man says, "What can I learn from his discipline?" The second thing you will hear is, "I deserve better than this." This phrase is a hallmark of entitlement. It suggests that the universe owes you a comfortable life simply because you exist. When a man feels entitled, he becomes angry and resentful when reality doesn't meet his expectations. He feels cheated by life. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that nothing happens to any man which he is not formed by nature to bear. The universe owes you nothing. Consider a man who is passed over for a promotion. He grumbles, "I deserve better than this," and spends his days being bitter. The Stoic man understands that deserving is an illusion. He asks instead, "How can I improve my craft so that my value is undeniable?" When you stop expecting the world to cater to you, you gain the power to shape the world yourself. The third phrase is a hidden trap. If only things were different. If only I lived in a different city. If only I had more money. If only my partner understood me. This is the language of a man who is living in a fantasy world. He believes that his happiness is dependent on external circumstances changing, rather than his internal state evolving. Stoicism teaches amor fati, the love of fate, not just accepting what happens, but embracing it. Think of a man stuck in heavy traffic. He sighs, "If only I had left 5 minutes earlier." This thought creates instant stress. The Stoic man says, "This is the reality I am in. I will use this time to listen to a book or practice patience." By wishing for a different reality, you lose the opportunity to master the one you are actually in. But the Stoics had an even deeper insight into why we cling to these phrases. They knew that these words are symptoms of a wandering mind. A man who cannot control his tongue cannot control his life. As we move into the final 4 phrases, ask yourself, are you speaking like a victim of your circumstances or the master of your soul? The 4th phrase is, what if they don't like me? A man who says this has handed the keys to his happiness to a jury of strangers. He is terrified of social rejection, so he shrinks himself. He doesn't speak his truth, he doesn't take risks, and he lives a quiet, beige life of people-pleasing. Seneca wrote that, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." Most of the people you are worried about aren't even thinking about you. They are too busy worrying about what you think of them. Imagine a man who wants to start a YouTube channel but fears what his neighbors will think. He stays silent. The Stoic man knows that the only opinion that matters is the one he sees in the mirror at night. If his actions are virtuous, the likes or dislikes of the crowd are irrelevant noise. The 5th phrase is, "I'm just waiting for the right time." This is the most sophisticated form of cowardice. The right time is a ghost that men chase to avoid the pain of beginning. It's a way to feel productive while remaining completely stagnant. The Stoics lived with the constant awareness of death. They knew that time is the only thing we can never get back. There is no perfect moment to start a business, to have a difficult conversation, or to change a habit. Consider the man who waits for his finances to be perfect before he proposes to the woman he loves. Years pass and the opportunity vanishes. The Stoic acts in the messiness of the present. He knows that the right time is always now, because now is the only time that actually exists. The sixth phrase is, "I've always been this way." This is the ultimate refusal to grow. It's a man trying to turn his flaws into a fixed identity. By saying, "This is just who I am," he grants himself a permanent excuse for his bad temper, his laziness, or his lack of discipline. The Stoic philosophy is one of constant transformation. Every morning is a new life. Marcus Aurelius told himself every morning to be a new man. Imagine a man who is constantly late. He laughs it off saying, "I've always been this way." He has decided that he is a finished product, a statue that cannot be carved further. But a man of character knows he is a work in progress. He says, "I used to be late, but today I am choosing to be punctual." You are not your past habits, you are your current choices. The seventh phrase is, "This isn't what I signed up for." When life gets hard, when the pressure mounts, the weak man looks for an exit. He feels that because he didn't sign up for the hardship, he shouldn't have to endure it. He views struggle as an error in the system rather than a feature of the journey. Stoicism teaches us that the obstacle is the way. The very thing you didn't sign up for is often the very thing you need to grow. Think of a man whose new business faces a legal battle he didn't expect. He throws his hands up and says, "This isn't what I signed up for." The Stoic man smiles at the challenge. He realizes that the struggle is the forge. He signed up for greatness, and greatness requires fire. How can you apply these ideas to your life? It starts with a linguistic audit. For the next 24 hours, listen to yourself as if you were a stranger. When you hear one of these phrases leave your lips, stop mid-sentence. Correct yourself out loud. If you say, "It's easy for him," correct it to, "He has put in work that I haven't seen yet." If you say, "I'm waiting for the right time," correct it to, "I will take one small step today, however imperfect." By changing your language, you change your brain. You move from a state of passivity to a state of agency. You stop being a spectator of your life and start being the architect. The great Stoic Epictetus once said, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself?" This question is a razor that cuts through every excuse we've discussed. To demand the best for yourself isn't about luxury. It's about demanding the best from your character. It's about refusing to speak the language of a man who has given up. As you go about your day, remember that your words are the seeds of your future. If you speak the language of a victim, you will live a life of defeat. But if you speak the language of a Stoic, one of responsibility, action, and acceptance, you will find a strength that no storm can break. Look at the mountain again. The slope is still steep, the shoes are still worn, the wind is still blowing. But you are no longer the man making excuses at the base. You are the man who has decided that the climb is exactly what you were made for. If this message challenged you, leave a comment below with the word "unyielding" to show you are taking control of your words. And if you found value in this wisdom, subscribe to join us as we continue to explore the path of the modern Stoic. Your journey has only just begun.